The creature that once claimed to be immortal and indestructible was now being burned alive in a sea of flames. Its struggles were futile. Its tentacles thrashed wildly, writhing helplessly within the inferno. From its mouth came a faint whisper, trembling in disbelief. Impossible. Mad body, it's fading away. Staring at the dying opponent's head, the 16-winged holy imperial weapon blinked its single eye and muttered, "All right, get." Then, it opened its enormous mouth, waiting for the head to draw near. Crunch! Its jaw slammed shut, spraying blood and viscera everywhere. Moments later, it tilted its head back, coughing violently and complaining, Bleach. That tastes awful. I guess that freak's head really was disgusting." Gazing ahead, he simply said, "Let's move." Still puzzled, the 16 holy wings asked, "Move to where?" Meanwhile, on the Azure planet, the great emperor had already planted its roots deep into the planet. Those crimson roots spread across the entire surface, draining the world of its vitality. Wherever they reached, the land turned barren and lifeless, a vast graveyard of dust and decay. Boom! In another corner of the planet, a fierce battle was raging. Thick smoke billowed into the sky as the ground shook violently. The mutated Stark-born creatures, the great emperor's minions, had begun their invasion, tasked with exterminating every living thing on the planet. Facing this onslaught, the three beasts of the Misty Mountains, Oni Badger, mutated boar, and golden monkey, fought desperately to break through the enemy's encirclement. But just as they found an opening, another group of mutated creatures appeared. Soldiers appeared before them, cutting off their escape. With nowhere left to run, Golden Monkey leaped down, landing heavily on the ground to face them head-on. Surrounded on all sides and gravely wounded, the trio was in dire peril. Golden Monkey was the only one still standing, but its breathing was labored, its body covered in blood and bruises. Its pale eye stared forward in exhaustion and despair. Suddenly, one of the mutated soldiers lunged at it. Golden Monkey barely managed to leap aside, only to be met by another beast with a gaping maw coming straight for it. With its weakened body, it could do nothing but watch the incoming attack. But then, within those pale eyes, a golden spark flashed. Fav. 3 sharp bursts of energy tore through the air, striking the bodies of 3 mutant creatures blocking the trio's path. Their savior had arrived. Concern filled Panis's eyes as she drew her bowstring. A tight voice called out, "Golden Monkey." A glowing arrow of spiritual light formed as she shouted, "Everyone hurry over here." Golden Monkey's heart swelled with relief and gratitude. Panis aid cried out. But as the 3 beasts tried to flee, the mutated creatures behind them rallied once more to give chase. Suddenly, from behind Panis came a booming voice. "Golden Monkey, let me handle this." With that, the golden dragon opened its mouth, unleashing a radiant beam of spiritual power. A golden laser that swept across the battlefield, obliterating everything in front of it. However, the golden dragon's attack showed no distinction between friend and foe. Golden Monkey screamed in outrage. "Golden Dragon, are you trying to kill us, too?" That one move nearly sent all 3 of them straight to the afterlife. At that very moment, a greenish-blue hand of some unknown beast suddenly appeared. Reached up from beneath the ground. Seeing the entire massive indigo body of the monster before them, Golden Monkey couldn't help but gasp in shock. So huge. Golden Dragon remained as calm as ever and said, "You all go ahead. Leave this place to me." Before Golden Dragon could even make a move, Yui appeared with a cold expression and commanded, "Everyone get back." No sooner had he spoken than a net appeared in front of them. Each strand was woven from red energy threads that spread outward like a glowing web. In an instant, red grid lines appeared all over the green monster's body. The next moment, its entire form was sliced cleanly into countless cubic chunks of flesh, each piece perfectly divided by those glowing red lines. The creature didn't even have a chance to fight back before Yui's single strike reduced it to scattered meat, blood dripping across the ground. He gave a cold reminder. Oh. The scene shifted to a forest still clinging to a trace of life, surrounded by densely packed mountains. This was Dragon Island, though the dragon-shaped peak had its head sheared off, evidence of a bloody battle that had once raged here. Suddenly, a spatial rift appeared in the air. In the blink of an eye the rift widened, and out stepped Yui, Golden Dragon, Panis, Honey Badger, Wild Boar, and Golden Monkey. Waiting for them was none other than Sheiji. However, the once beautiful Sheiji now bore a face that was half ruined. Still, upon seeing her surviving comrades, she was overjoyed. "That's wonderful. You're all alive." As soon as Golden Monkey landed, he shouted for aid. "Quick, help these 2. The atmosphere on Dragon Island was serene, utterly contrasting the chaos now consuming Azure Blue Star. Sheiji was tending to wild boar's wounds while Oni Badger, already bandaged, lay resting nearby. Golden Monkey, wrapping his own injuries, spoke anxiously about the battle. So many of our comrades fell. I don't even know when our master will return. When he does, he'll definitely heal your face. Suddenly, another voice cut in. Yui, stepping forward, said, none of us expected the great emperor's strength to be that terrifying. He continued in disbelief. We spent countless years preparing, raising countless beasts. Yet, we were defeated in mere moments. If not for the 10 ferocious beasts buying us time with their lives, we could never have escaped to Azure Blue Star. As he spoke, Yui lifted one of his arms, now half mechanical. Even I have to rely on machinery to stay alive. The Dragon Clan has also suffered great losses. He turned toward Pink Dragon, who lay on the ground with her eyes closed. One of her arms had been severed and was tightly bandaged to stop the bleeding. Ling Mo approached, concern in his eyes. Pink Dragon, does your arm still hurt? She opened her eyes and replied weakly, it's much better now. During that battle, even the insect race suffered horribly. Across the void now lay countless corpses of insectoid beasts. Only the insect princess survived, clutching her brother's severed head and weeping bitterly, crying out for her mother, brother, and kin. Standing beside Golden Monkey with her arms crossed, Panky spoke coldly, I never imagined the enemies you faced were this powerful. I thought the gods we fought before were already the strongest. Yet here we are. Golden Monkey's pupils flashed with a cold glint. Every enemy we face is terrifying. And this time, even more so than before.